So that's how I look at it. But yeah, we need to get these players moved on, because that seems to be the reports. I've seen the Sancho saying 30 million. Obviously, Garnacho, right? We got to start moving these men on.
I think Garnacho will move soon.
I hope so.
I think he'll move soon. I still believe Anthony and Garnacho are the guys we get the money for first. United will definitely want to get some money for Jadon, because apparently he's in the last year of his deal. So I think we will get money, but I think we'll get less than we want, innit? Or we will get what we want, but we won't get it up front. So if we do want 30 million, we're not getting 30 million. Do you know what I mean? We might get 15 million and then the other 15 in add-ons or something like that. You know the ones. I don't think we're not gonna get 30 million up front for Jadon in the last year of his contract, just because even the loan deal, like he didn't do what Anthony did. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's just about just moving them on, though. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Even if it is, let's say it's 30 million and it's 50 million up front, and then it's 50 million later. That's 50 million to go towards a deal. Whether that's for a central midfielder, whether that's a goalkeeper, whether that's a wing back. That's where I'm at. And more importantly as well, clearing wages.
Yeah.
Clearing wages is so important. So, because that allows us, when we then go into negotiation with others, to offer that little bit more. So I'm fully with it. We just need to get, what is it, 17th? At the end of this month, there needs to be some more conversation and wheels in motion about players moving, because there is interest, yes.
Oi, Newcastle, that'd be a good move for Sancho.
Yeah,
I see him linked with Aston Villa as well. Like, Aston Villa would be a good move for Sancho. Yeah. I think with Unai Emery, Sancho cooks, bro, because it's not no high press. It's a mid-block, get behind the ball thing, and then it's a freestyle thing on the break. I think that's the kind of team that Sancho needs to be in. Dortmund played quite similar when he was there. I think that Aston Villa would be better for him. But then again, Newcastle are kind of similar.
If he's playing from the right, because one thing about him, we spoke about it, he needs link-up players around him. Both of those clubs.
You're right. On the right-hand side, with Gordon on the other side, would cook.
Gordon, Isak, and then you got Livramento overlapping, that shield midfield as well. That bully, like, that suits him down to a T. Same way a Villa also do. Because not only do they have link-up, Watkins running off him. You got Rodgers running off him, like link-up. So I think either or, if I'm him, either or. Because the left-hand side for Villa, or the right-hand side for Newcastle, or even sometimes the right-hand side for Villa, depending on who they move on. Definitely, either or would be great moves for them. Probably Newcastle better, I would say, but either would be. Makes sense. I think
either one of them teams would be very good. So you know what? That actually, that's changed my mind, because when you said Newcastle, I was thinking, hold on, but they got Gordon, but then Sancho's better on the right anyway.
You play on the right, you can play from the right hand side, and then Gordon's out, you put him on the left, and then you can put Jacob Murphy over the right. Or if you want to play him in the 10, and then you play Murphy and Gordon, and then you got Tonali and Bruno G or whoever, like, and Isak as well. I can see him.
I'll be honest, it could work, and Newcastle can afford him, and they're in the Champions League as well. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think he'd do well there. I think he would do well there, 100%.
Yeah, so do I. That's a good shout. I didn't even see that. So yeah, that makes sense. So I think he goes for sure. We don't get all the money up front that we want for him, but we get that money. I think Garnacho we get cash for because he's young and he's on small wages. Anthony we get cash for because he's already done a loan, and Betis are
strongly interested.
Yeah, they're adamant that they want to keep him. So I think these three we get cash for. Rashford we don't get cash for, I don't believe. I think Rashford's contract's too long. He's on too much money. Probably ends up going out on loan again.
Put some form of option to buy in there, or obligation to buy. That's what we need to do with that. That's what we have to do. Put some form, and not no Sancho obligation. Put obligation in there where the fee is actually. Let's say we put obligation that it's 30 million. Make sure if there's the penalty's 30 million. If you don't want,
you
pay 20. Like, make sure we do that.
Yeah, 100%. Either way, I want my 30 million.
Yeah, 100%. Run me my bread. Run me my money.
Yeah. 100. So I think Rashford and Rasmus Højlund, if Rasmus ends up leaving, it'll be on loan. I don't think no one's going to pay no cash for that guy. He's a scrub. You know what I mean? So
Inter Milan, wasn't it? Because I did see
there's talk of
yesterday saying that he'd actually be willing to make the move to Inter Milan, which is good, because all the reports
he would
saying that he didn't want to leave, and it's like, just.
But he has to say that though, because if he says that he's happy at Man United, then you get me. It's more favorable for everyone. If he comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I want to leave," and that, Then man start trying to lowball us here and say, yeah, well, he doesn't want to be here, so we're gonna offer you fucking 10 million. Nah, fuck off, man. I want my money.
But maybe just don't say, you know what it is with these lot. I don't want to hear him say anything. I don't want to hear you lot when games is on. I don't want to hear you lot when the season was going. Who's putting a mic in your face to talk? Hey, just be quiet. That's what we need you to do. Just be quiet and we can try and get this move on. Who's Denmark ain't on international duty? Who's talking to him? What is going on? Oh yeah, Mount's rubbish cow, man. We know this, but he ain't going nowhere. So
yeah, for now. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you reckon there's a chance?
Exactly. So when I look at it, I think Mount ain't going nowhere, not this season. I think next season Mount will be forced out of the club for sure. He's on too much wages and he's not important enough. The fact that we're building an attack right now that he's definitely not going to start in because it's Mbeumo and Cunha. So that means straight away Mount ain't starting. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's on 250k and he doesn't make us our strongest team, that's already a sign that he needs to leave.
Yeah. That's a sign they all need to leave and they to jump to this. They can't devalue our club no more than they already are. Frig, you know, low ball. Like how much lower can the ball actually go with these lots?
But this is the point. So he will get forced out next season. I believe Luke Shaw will be amongst that as well.
Yeah, how long's Luke Shaw got left on his deal? There's no way.
I don't know, bro. I feel like they keep adding an extra year every year, blood.
Yeah, man.
He's always got 4 years left.
All the time, man. Always. Hey, one sec. Yeah. So extended his stay at the club till June 2027.
You see what I'm saying? So he's still got 2 years left.
Oh, yeah. So it's next. So it's not this summer coming, the summer after.
Yeah. So next summer he has 1 year left and he leaves, I believe.
Yeah, please get him gone. Same with Mount.
But then again, he seems like the kind of scumbag here that will run his contract all the way down.
As long as he's not playing, I'm firmly.
Nah, but bro, he's on dough. He's on like 170, 180 or something.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, 150. That's what they're saying. He's on around. That's what reports are saying.
Either way, he's on big money, bro.
Yeah.
So we have to get this teaser out of it.
Mount does seem like the type, if he's not playing, he'll actually want to leave. He seems like the type, if he's fit and available.
He seems like if he's fit and available, he might want to play football. So
yeah,
Luke Shaw, not so much.
It's World Cup year. Let's not forget that. We need to use that to our advantage.
But bro, you know what it is with Luke Shaw? Even if Luke Shaw's not playing for Man United, they'll still pick him, bro. Like I don't know why.
Too cool there. Yeah. It's too cool. I've seen Gallagher and Rice in the pivot. Like, all right, cool. Wow, what's going on there? But for everyone else, it's like you gotta let players know, all right, you're not gonna play here. Do you want to risk missing out on the World Cup? Use that to your advantage. That it's a World Cup year. Have to be ruthless. We speak about rebuilds all the time. Be ruthless with it and move players on, whether they want to leave or not. If you're not a part of the plans, you have to go.
Facts. Do you know what I mean? So, what were you saying? So, now I think this Gyökeres thing. Yeah. I think there's a chance it still happens, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a chance it still happens when I'm assessing everything. But I believe that 99% of the noise we're hearing isn't coming from any of the clubs. It's coming from
his camp.
It's coming from his camp and other bullshit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if Vivell wants Ekitike, I hope we get Ekitike because I don't want these men to make signings for this manager. I don't.
For me, I don't want him to make signings for the manager. I'm just at the point where it's like bringing quality. That's what it is. Like, because I don't trust this manager and we know he's not going to get the best out of anything, we just need to have talent on the pitch. Give him as much quality, give the manager as many quality options as possible so he can't mess up. Bring him and Bremo. I'm not even looking at who fits with who. It should be that way, but because of the predicament we're in, it's not that way. From when we kept Bruno, I knew what time it was. So you already know our midfield is not going to be a functioning cohesive. Go get a talented midfielder to play alongside Bruno. Don't worry about if he fits in with Bruno or whatnot. Just go and get someone who's talented. Same way, Xerxes, people have mentioned it. Xerxes being a great fit for an Mbeumo and Cunha as a front three, without doubt. But I know, and we all know, the manager ain't going to play Xerxes. Same way the manager's not going to play Mano. So therefore, go get a striker to go and play with.
But you know what's crazy, though?
Go on.
He might, though. You know the one. And the reason
I don't see it.
The reason why I say that he might, and the way that I rationalize this, and I could be wrong, because I don't like Ruben Amorim, like, in terms of how he sees the game. I don't like him. But if he's got goals around Xerxes, he could play him. I think the manager's biggest problem he had with Xerxes is that the team weren't scoring goals, yeah. And he was a striker that weren't really getting into the box. You know them ones. Like, I don't think that he don't like him as a player and doesn't think he's good, because when he was talking about Xerxes, he said, yo, like, he's really good on the ball and he does really good things, but he needs to get in the box. You know them ones. And it's just like, I was like, forget the butts, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a quality player.